Alright, it's been a while. Around 40 days since I last posted on my channel, but here I am, a third of the way into my 1991 challenge. So for those of y'all who don't know what the 1991 challenge is, please go to my Instagram. I am extremely active over there. But to give you a gist of it, it is 90 days, 90 plus minutes every day focusing on one particular goal. And that goal for me is me getting myself back to me, right? Which is essentially, I had a terrible year last year, emotionally, physically, mentally. I put on almost 9 kilos of weight in the last 7 months. My mental health was fucked, my emotional health was fucked, my physical health was obviously fucked. So yeah, it's just a way to get back to my original self and design my life so that I can live, truly be able to live without any sort of fuck ups that are coming out because of myself. Now, the worst thing that can happen to a particular human being is that they're not living to their fullest potential because of their own self, right? Now, there are 100 different factors in the world that can come in the way, and that is fine, we can deal with them. But if we are getting in our own ways, there is no cure for that except to just kill our old self and build a new version, right? Or just kill that version of yourself and get back to an older version of yourself where you were good, right? So the 1991 challenge that I designed for myself was based around 4 anchors that I have to adhere to on a day-to-day basis, which was body, which is I need to have at least 40 to 45 minutes of movement per day. That can be mobility, yoga, resistance training, walking, running, jogging, whatever. My body needs to move for 40 to 45 minutes minimum every day. The number 2 was silence. Now this window can be 10, 15, 20 minutes, and the gist of it is just for me to be alone with my own thoughts, with my own breath. Now you want to call this meditation, you want to call this journaling, you want to call this just sitting and staring at a wall or the sky, your choice. Number 3 is boundaries. Now this is a little challenging for me because I was drinking and smoking and indulging in all kinds of compulsive behavior for a majority of last year. So what this included was that I will not have alcohol for more than once a month, absolutely no smoking, and no compulsive doom scrolling on any social media or YouTube or whatever. Right, and the last pillar was reverence, which is the 4th one, which is essentially just taking out time in my day for 15-20 minutes where I just sit down, calm my thoughts down, and be grateful for everything around me. Now, the gratitude can be directed towards God, nature, universe, your own luck, your parents, your mentors, whatever it is. It's just a moment to understand that I am not the ultimate thing in this world and there are forces beyond me, and just being humble towards them, right? So yeah, those were my 4 pillars. I posted almost every day for the last 35 days on my Instagram stories, either videos of me doing these particular things or just a text post reflecting my thoughts. And every day I gave myself a score, which is 1 point for each of these 4 pillars that I've checked. So I have this spreadsheet that I created and I gave myself a score at the end of each day. Now it's been 35 days and the graph looks somewhat like this. It's not a good sign. Of course it's not a good sign. I am a little disappointed in myself, but I'm not going to beat myself over it. The goal here is not performance. I do not aspire to be like David Goggins. I respect him, but I absolutely dislike him. Is there room to improve? Yes. Will I improve? Yes. Am I disappointed in myself a little? Yes. But will I just sit down and ruminate in my own thoughts and sulk myself in self-pity? No. Right? There is just no time for it, and there is no point of it. So the simplest thing I'm going to do is just get myself back on track. Now, I'll be completely honest, the biggest failure of mine that has happened in the last 30 days has been my ability to set boundaries. And more importantly, when it came to smoking. It's an extremely challenging thing for me to quit smoking entirely, because there was one day when I was having a conversation with my coach, Jitesh sir. I was telling him like how difficult it is for me to actually quit smoking, and he said this one line which has struck with me ever since then, which is like, I do not smoke when I feel stressed, or it's not addictive in the typical sense for me. Smoking to me has always been kind of an emotional support, right? Now this might sound like I'm just making excuses not to quit smoking, right? But getting more clarity on why I do it has actually helped me reduce the intensity and the number of times I smoke in a particular week, right? So that's just where I am. There was almost 10 days, yeah, where I smoked like 4 or 5 cigarettes a day, which was like really bad. It feels horrible at the end of the day. My body just begs me to stop, and yeah, I mean, it mentally just fucks me up. The scatteredness of my thought has just dramatically increased at the end of the day. My anxiety is through the roof. My sleep is fucked. My lungs obviously are fucked. My heart is absolutely fucked, because the moment I just finish a kilometer of walk on a treadmill or even just go outside, I'm like, hey. Right? So yeah, in no way is smoking good, except for that maybe 5 to 10 minutes of just silence and just thoughtlessness, right? But that's it. But the hours and hours of side effects that I get after smoking is just not worth it. Now I'm just blabbering, because in a way I'm just talking to myself here. I'm telling myself and convincing myself as to why I need to fucking stop. And I will very soon. Now I'm making this video and I'm being so frank and honest about my journey is because I don't want to be one of those Instagram or YouTube or whatever content creators who are just perfect. You know, they wake up at 4 a.m. They go for a run, then they come and dip themselves into a ice container and do an ice bath and all those kinds of things, right? That is ideal. Yes, the goal is to get there, but I also want to show my journey to get there, right? I'm not perfect, right? In my own imposter syndrome mindset, I am actually the most flawed human being around me, right? Right? I see so many flaws in me. I'm so aware of my flaws, and this is just a way to help others feel a little bit at ease, because when you're starting out a week into your new me schedule, people start to give up because they don't see the kind of weight loss or they don't see the kind of mental growth or the emotional growth, right? And that's okay. These things take time. Embrace your imperfections. Accept yourself for whatever you are right now. Even if you are at this moment a person that you absolutely hate, accept that person, right? Because I think that is step one towards healing and growth, right? It's just acceptance. It's just being at peace with whatever you are, and at the same time putting efforts every single day to become better, right? Yeah, I think I'll stop here. This was a good 30 days. I have around 60-ish more days remaining in this journey. I have a set metric goal for each of these things. I'm not going to reveal it because I believe in jinx and I don't want to jinx this entire journey. All right. But yeah, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram for daily regular updates as to where I am in my journey, what I am learning, and just to see me transform into a different human being, a better human being, I hope. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next one.